Hi everybody, if you are listening to this, I am writing to just share how our classroom has been working for Unit 3, letting you know what students have been working on and the time frame that it started. So we ended Unit 2 on the October 13th, so that day would have been the first day students had access to the materials, and they would have had all class period on the 16th, 17th, 18th, the 23rd, and then 24th. So 5 entire class periods plus, sometime on the 13th. So they would have had access to this for about a week and a half already. So Unit 3 is about equations, and there are a total of 6 lessons that students will work their way through. In order to get to the 6th lesson, which is literal equations, students have to work their way through simpler equations to be able to do those harder equations. So the first lesson is on one-step equations. There were 2 videos to watch. I'm just going to open those up so you can see the length of time of them. The first video is about vocabulary, getting to know an equation. This one is 4 minutes and 15 seconds long. And then the second video is actually going to explain the process on how to solve a one-step equation, and that is 9 minutes and 7 seconds. So if we want to say maybe about 15 minutes worth of watching and taking notes. After that, students then would work on the paper copy that they can pick up in the classroom and work on. They should have been able to get to that from the very first day on the 16th. I don't have that paper copy in front of me, but if ever your child is at home and doesn't have that paper, they can find it right here in this white folder called Backup Paper Copies. So I click on that. We're in Unit 3, and that first paper, I will show you what that looks like. All right, so the first paper has a total of 16 problems. What students would do is they would solve the equation. All they have to do is add, subtract, multiply, or divide in order to get that variable by itself. So I'm teaching them to draw a line down the equal sign so they can see both sides of the equation. Circle the x. Here I see that it says minus 72, so I'm going to add 72 to both sides. I'm not super good with this tool on here. But you can see that this is what their work should look like. So it doesn't take that long. I can use a calculator, or I can just go ahead and add it. And then I'd write my answer. Go on to the next one, circle the variable and subtract. So this first sheet was 16 problems. All right, after that, or your student also has this progress tracker. Once they've completed the videos and this pink sheet, they will show me it, and then they get to take the mastery check. The mastery check is done in the classroom, and it's 4 problems. Students do have to know how to show their work, showing whether they're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, and then get at least 75% on that mastery check, so 3 out of 4 problems correct in order to move on. We typically take a look at the problem they got wrong and figure out their mistakes so that they can have that clarification moving forward. You'll see on their progress tracker, there's a place for them to put an X when they've done things. And then the yellow thing, if they don't pass the mastery check, then they need to go back and do this yellow in order to take that mastery check again. Once they've completed lesson 1, they will go on to lesson 2, 2-step equations. And you can see the 2-step harder should have been done yesterday. And then lesson 4 should be due coming up tomorrow. Last week I was gone a couple of days, so as far as transferring things into Skyward, I've given a little bit of leniency because students weren't able to take those mastery checks until yesterday, so that's why they are a little bit delayed on being put into Skyward. So this is the tools your child has at home. They can watch the videos at home, although they do not need to. They have class time to do all of these things, but if you are wondering what they can do at home, it would be watching the videos, doing the paper. They can also do the ALEKS. The mastery check does need to be done in the classroom. It's kind of like you can think of like a mini test. If you have any questions, please respond to the email. Thank you.